If there was one weapon that truly does it all, it would be Greatsword, Capcom's favourite child. But the next one with fantastic mobility and versatility would be without a doubt the Sword and Shield. With top tier, low commitment, high burst damage attack options, excellent defensive capabilities rivaling some of the best, with a guard you can get in and out of very swiftly and efficiently, and some of the best mobility in the game, including a fantastic sliding slash, allowing you to reposition whilst doing damage and also having iframes. It should therefore come as no surprise that it is an absolutely wonderful matchup versus Omega. I've put together a devastating, very high damage build, with plenty of room and flexibility to make it more aggressive or slightly more defensive depending on which way you're leaning, using one of the more popular mix set combinations we are seeing in the community just now. I've already done one of these for dual blades, so if you're a fan of the weapon, definitely check that one out too. And if powerful builds and guides are your thing, you can subscribe for more, but either way, let's jump in and maximize your OP-ness. The weapon of choice is the laggy Acris Sword and Shield, the high laggier sword, boasting solid attack, neutral affinity, nice thunder elemental attack, a fat wad of white sharpness, and your standard 3-2-1 deco slots, with the equipment skills of 2 offensive guard and the laggy Acris unique convert thunder resistance, which in the case of Sword and Shield will convert each point of thunder resistance to 4 points of thunder elemental attack. For the deco slots, there's already a fork in the road here. You can either go for 3 guard up, which will just help you when you're blocking all of the laser beams and stuff, or you can go for 3 thunder attack, which will increase the damage even further. I've been using both, either is an excellent choice. Here we have shield / iron wall for 3 guard up, 1 guard, iron wall 2 for 2 guard, and a bolt jewel 1 for 1 thunder attack. For the helmet, we're using the laggy Acris Helm Beta. It comes loaded with 2 maximum might on the equipment skills, super nice. Generous 3-2-1 decoration slots, in which we have a Challenger jewel for Agitator 1, a Destroyer jewel for Partbreaker 1, and a Shockproof jewel for Shock Absorber if you are playing in multiplayer. And will be one of the pieces for the set bonus Leviathan's Fury Azure Bolt 1, increasing your affinity by 15% for 20 seconds, and dealing a small single hit of lightning damage, with a cooldown of 30 seconds once the duration has expired. The chest armor is the Ray Sandmail Gamma, coming with a whopping 3 levels of latent power on the equipment skills, with a single level of recovery up added in with a Medicine Jewel 1. It will also be one of the pieces contributing to the 2-set bonus Thunderous Roar 1, moderately extending the activation time of latent power by 30 seconds if I recall correctly, and one of the armors of the 3-set group skill Guts Tenacity, boosting attack by about 5% whilst lowering defense for around the same, and also allowing you to survive 1 lethal hit much like Moxie does, which if you activate will remove the attack buff and instead boost your defense and resistance. These set bonuses of course apply to the other corresponding pieces, I'm just not going to keep repeating myself for each of them. For the arms, we'll be using the Ray Sand Braces Gamma, which comes with 2 evade extender on the equipment skills, super useful versus Omega, and we'll be taking full advantage of those 2 level 3 decoration slots by putting in Challenger Jewel 3s for 2 levels of Agitator. On the waist, we'll be using the laggy Acris Coil Beta, coming with a Beastly Weakness Exploit 1 and Maximum Might 1 on the equipment skills, and we'll nicely take advantage of those 2 level 2 slots with Destroyer Jewel 2s for 2 levels of holy shit, that's a lot of 2s, for 2 levels of Heartbreaker, and our first level of Thunder Resistance in the level 1 socket. Last but certainly not least, with the armors, on the legs we will have the Duna Wild Greaves Gamma, boasting 3 levels of Quick Sheath and 1 Agitator on the equipment skills, with a single cheeky chain jewel for 1 level of burst in the level 3 slot, and Thunder Resistant jewels for the remaining levels of Thunder Resist in the 1s. For the talisman, I'm using one of my God Roll charms with 3 razor sharp, 3 stun resistance. It's insane, I know. It also comes with a full stack of deco slots, in which I've got that 3rd offensive guard and 2 levels of recovery up. Of course, you may not have this exact one yourselves. Use one of your favorite charms, whether it's an RNG one or one of the powerful set ones, and make any tweaks that you need to accordingly. With all of those precise puzzle pieces in place, apparently today's theme is alliteration and repetition, let's zoom out and take a look at the entire build with all of the equipment skills that it gives us. Offensive Guard level 3, Razor Sharp 3, Guard and Guard Up level 3, Thunder Attack 1, Convert Resistance 1, Agitator 4, Latent Power 3, Maximum Might 3, Thunder Resistance and Stun Resistance 3, Recovery Up 3, Part Breaker 3, Quick Sheath 3, Evade Blade Extender 2, a single level of weakness exploit and a single burst, and 1 shock absorber. It also benefits from the set bonus skills Raydow's Voltage Thunderous Roar 1, Leviathan's Fury Azure Bolt 1, and the group skill Lord's Soul Guts Tenacity. Your affinity comes from your Agitator, your Latent Power, your Maximum Might, that single weakness exploit, and your Leviathan's Fury, whereas your power is generated from your Offensive Guard, the Thunder Attack, the Convert Thunder Resistance, the Agitator, the 3-part Breaker, the Single Burst, and the Guts. Tons of raw damage, tons of lightning elemental damage. As mentioned at the start, you are free to flip various things around. For example, instead of the 3 guard up and 1 thunder attack, you can have 3 thunder attack and 1 guard up. You don't have to have 3 recovery up, you can have 3 divine blessing. I prioritize recovery up over divine blessing because you can always have the Kanafa meal, which gives you a similar effect with feline defender high. But maybe you prefer to get the tumbler bonus on your meals, it's kind of up to you. You could swap out thunder resistance for divine blessing, you could swap out the destroyers, the part breakers for counter strike. The build is only the foundation, the rest is up to the hunter. In terms of how you're going to play the SNS, because this is a common recurring theme I get on these build videos, folks are like, yeah, this looks sick, but how the hell do I play Hunting Horn or Dual Blades or insert weapon here? Well, for Sword and Shield, you're going to first do a full combo string, which could be 4 triangles or Ys. Then you're going to press triangle and circle or the attack 1 and attack 2 buttons together to do Spinning Reaper, and then you're going to press them again and hold them down to do a full powered charged chop. This is your full combo string, your full combo loop, then you start again from the beginning. All of this is dealing slash damage, so you're going to be going for the back legs of Omega. By holding up your shield, your guard, with R2, you are able to block attacks. If you hold it up right before an attack, you will do a perfect guard, significantly reducing the chip damage and eliminating the knockback, whilst activating any perfect guard mechanics, including your 3 levels of offensive guard for plus 15% attack. Instead of trying to time this and risking not blocking things at all, you can hold up your guard with R2 and at the same time press circle or the second attack button to perform a guard slash. Time this against an enemy's attack and it will force a perfect guard. If you miss the timing, you'll still get a normal block off. This is far safer than just trying to throw up your shield at the right time. One of the most important Sword and Shield techniques is the sliding swipe. Whilst holding up your guard with R2, you can press triangle or the primary attack button to do the sliding swipe. This will maneuver you to a different position whilst doing attacks, giving you iframes during the slide itself, giving you a free, excellent, high mobility evasive maneuver you can use kind of whenever. The Perfect Rush combo is very powerful, but at the cost of high time commitment. After an attack or a roll or any action, you can press back and circle or secondary attack to do a back step, during which you will press triangle or primary attack button to do the leaping slash. You will then time the next 3 inputs with triangle or primary attack when you glow red. Just pause for a moment, the timing's easy. After which you can press triangle and circle to do a plunging thrust, which really takes advantage of the high elemental damage, but you have a few different options you can explore. Don't forget that with your 3-part breaker, you want to be going for the wounds, and Sword and Shield is so delightful with taking care of them. You can aim all across the body, even getting some quite high up ones, and immediately get rid of them with 1 press of triangle. The wounds will pop for tons of damage, and you will get leg breaks, toppling Omega over, giving you a free shield. It is super helpful. That's everything that you should need. You've got the full build. I've given you some tips on how to play Sword and Shield as well as a refresher, or if it's your first time picking it up. Give it a spin, let me know what you think, how you get on, and I'd also be curious to hear what talisman you took instead, unless you happen to have a Razor Sharp 3, Stun Resistance 3 with all 3 deco slots charm. If you haven't caught the Dual Blades build yet, that one's great as well, definitely check it out. And if you're still looking for some tips on how to beat Omega or Savage Omega in the first place, I've done 2 lots of 12 tips guides, one that's more kind of core and another that's more advanced. Check those out, they will definitely offer something of value to you. If builds and guides like this in Monster Hunter Wilds and other games too are your thing, you can subscribe for more. But either way, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the Forbidden Lands.